Hi friends, welcome back to Parnika tutorials. In this video, I want to discuss what is a function, what is the use of a function, how to define a function, how to call a function in JavaScript. So I sincerely request everyone to watch the complete video for better understanding. First, let me define what is a function. A function is a collection or group of reusable code which can be called anywhere in our program. So I can simply say that a function is a collection of statements. If you call a function, the statements which are there in the function will be executed and it will give certain output for you. So what are the statements I want to execute whenever I want to call a function? Those statements I need to write in the function definition. So I can say that a function is a collection of reusable code which can be called anywhere in our program. Once you define a function, you can call that function anywhere. Once you call that function, what are the statements you have defined or whatever the reusable code you have provided inside a function definition will be executed. What is the advantage of function? Once you have defined a function, if you call 10 number of times, all the times the statements which are there in the function definition will be executed. So you will define only once the function and you can call it any number of times. Generally, if I want to print some 10 lines of statements 10 times, then those 10 line of statements I need to write 10 times, so it will be 100 lines code. Instead of that one, I will define a function. Inside the function, I will write the 10 statements. I will call this function 10 times. Then all the 10 times, the 10 statements will be executed. Now, in 20 lines of the code, I have completed the task which I was supposed to do in 100 lines of code. So these functions will eliminate the need for writing the same code again and again. If you want to use any function, before using that function you need to define a function. So I can simply say, before we use a function, we need to define the function. There is a certain syntax you need to follow in JavaScript to define a function. If you want to define any function, you need to use the function keyword, everything in the lowercase. So you need to write the function keyword and then you need to write the function name and then you can provide the optional parameters. Optional parameters means if you want to provide the parameters, you can provide, or you no need to provide also. Now whatever the reusable code you want to write, those reusable code you can write inside the function definition. So this is the way you can define a function. So the function keyword, function name, the optional parameters or arguments, and then if you want to define the reusable code, you need to define inside the curly braces. If you want to call the function, you need to provide the function name. Okay, so this is the generalized syntax of calling the function and defining the function. Let me discuss with a simple example. I want to define a function called fun and I am not taking any parameters because I said it is an optional parameters. Optional means if you want to provide any parameters, you need to provide, otherwise you no need to provide. So I will write console.log. Hi friends, welcome to Parnika tutorials. I want to just display the statement. So simply I will write welcome to Parnika tutorials. Now if I want to call the function, I need to just provide the function name. The function name is fun. So whenever you are defining the function, the name of the function, whatever you have provided, the same function name you need to use in the calling the function. So once you call the function, the control will go to the function definition and the statement which are there in the function definition will be executed. In this case, you will get the output as welcome to Parnika tutorials. If I call the function again, then also the statements which are there in the function definition will be executed. Again, you will get the output as welcome to Parnika tutorials. So that is the use of a function. So function eliminates the need of writing the same code again and again. Once you can define the function and you can call it any number of times. Suppose let's take that I'm providing two parameters here. So A and B. Then when I'm calling the function, again I need to provide the two parameters. So I'm providing 10, 20. Suppose let's take that I'm writing console.log a plus b. then A will get the value 10, B will get the value 20. So because you are calling the fun function, so once you call the function, the control will go to the function definition. A will get the first parameter, which is 10, B will get the second parameter 20. So if you are right, A plus B, then you will get the output as 30. Suppose let's take that you have passed only one parameter, then A will get the parameter 10, B will be undefined, because if you does not define any variable in JavaScript, it will be undefined. Then A is having 10 and B is having undefined, then in that case you will get the output as NaN, which is not a number. Now let me discuss this concept practically with an example so that it will be clear for you. Let me go to the Visual Studio and then I will define the function called fun, and then I will write console.log welcome to Parnika tutorials, and then I will call the function called fun. And now let me save this program and let me execute it. You'll get the output as welcome to Parnika tutorials. Let me call the function fun again. Then again the statements which are there in the function definition will be executed. So you are calling the fun function twice. So both the times the function definition will be invoked and the statements which are there in the function definition will be executed. So in this case you will get the output as welcome to Parnika tutorials twice. See? I hope you can understand. Now let me have the two parameters A and B, and let me provide 10, 20, and let me remove this fun function, and here I will write console.log A plus B. Then A will get the value 10, B will get the value 20. Now let me save this program and execute it for you. So once you call the function, the control will go to the function definition. So the statements which are there in the function definition will be executed. So you'll get the output as welcome to Parnika tutorials, then A plus B. A has the value 10, B has the value 20. So 10 plus 20, you'll get the output as 30. Now I will pass only one value. Then A will get the value 10, B will get the value undefined. If you want to verify, let me print the value which is there in the variable A and the value which is there in the variable B, and then I will perform A plus B. You will get NaN. If you want to verify, you can verify it. As you have passed only one value in the function calling, the control will go to the function definition. A will get the value 10, B will get the undefined, and then welcome to Parnika tutorials will be displayed. A got the value 10, so 10 will be displayed. B has undefined, so you got the output as undefined. A plus B, 10 plus undefined, you will get the output as NaN, which is not a number. So like this you can define a function and also you can call the function. Now let me discuss the same concept in the HTML. I will embed the JavaScript code so that it will be much more clear for you. To do that one, I will go to the Notepad++ and then inside the script tag I need to write the JavaScript code. So the script tag I can provide inside the header tag or inside the body tag. In this example I have provided the script tag with the type is equal to text or JavaScript. So within the opening of script tag and closing of the script tag, I need to write the JavaScript code. So I will define a function called fun, and then I will simply write document.write welcome to Parnika tutorials, and then I will close the function body. So I have defined a function called fun, and then I have written document.write welcome to Parnika tutorials. So when someone is calling the fun function, I should get the output as welcome to Parnika tutorials. So in body session, what I will do, I will create a button with a name called click me. Once the user clicks on the button called click me, I need to call the function called fun. What are the statements which are there in the fun function definition should be executed. So to do that one, I need to create a button. So I need to write input type is equal to button, and then I need to provide the value is equal to click me, and then I will write on click, because on click is an event. We have several events. One of that event is on click. Once the user click on this button called click me, then only the fun function should be invoked and the statements which are there in the fun function should be executed. Let me save this program, go to the desktop and go to the JavaScript, and then conditional statements.html open with Google Chrome. Now you can see we have the click me button. Once I click on this click me button, we got the output as welcome to Parnika tutorials. In place of on click event, we have various other events. Let me find on mouse over, meaning is that once I move on this button called click me, then immediately the fun function should be called. So I no need to click the button. If I move my cursor on top of this button, see right now my cursor is here. If I move my cursor on top of the button, then fun function has been called and the statements which are there in the fun function have been executed. So like this you can call a function by clicking on a button or by moving your mouse on top of that function. Now what I will do, I will make little bit complex. In body tag, I will create a form. Inside the form, I will create the two text boxes. In the text boxes, I will enter some value, and then once I click on the button called click me, I should get the sum. So to do that one, what I need to do is that I need to create a form. So let me write it as form, and then I will write the name of the form as form1, and then I will create the one text box. So to do that one input, I need to write type is equal to text, and then name is equal to first, and I need to provide an ID for identifying this text box. So even the ID, I will provide it as first, and then I will close it. Similarly, I will create one more text box. So input type is equal to text, and the name is equal to second, and ID is equal to second. And then let me close the form tag. Once the user has clicked on this click me button, here I will write the event as on click. Okay, then only the fun function should be executed. So here what it should do, it need to take the value from the text box first and text box second. To do that one, I need to write certain statements in the function definition. First I need to define a variable. Let me define a variable name as a, and then I need to write document dot, I need to read the value which is there in the first text box and second text box. To do that one, I need to use a method called get element by ID. So I will write document dot get element by ID, and then I need to provide the ID of the text box first. From the text box, I need to read the value. So I need to write dot value. Similarly, I will write where b is equal to document dot get element by ID from the second text box. So ID of that one is second, and I need to read the value. So I need to write dot value. And then I want to perform the a plus b. So to do that one, I will write document dot write a plus b. Okay, and then let me save this program and let me go to the browser and let me refresh it. Now we have the two text boxes. In the text box 1, I have entered 10. In the text box 2, I have entered 20. Then what will happen? You will consider that you are reading the value from the text box 1, so you will get a value is 10, b value will be 20. Then people will think that a plus b, it will give the 30. No, it will not give 30. If you want to observe, let me click on it. You got 1020. Why you got 1020? Because 10 will be considered as a numeric string. Okay, similarly 20 also will be considered as a numeric string because you are reading the data from a text box. So one numeric string plus another numeric string, if you use, then it will perform the concatenation. So you got as 1020, but I want to get the output as 30. Then I need to use a method called parseInt. The parseInt method is useful for you to convert into an integer. Okay, whatever is there in the a and b, I want to convert into an integer, and then I want to perform the addition. Now let me save this program, go to the browser, and let me refresh it. Here I will give 56, here I will give 65, and let me click on the button. What is the issue has happened? Sometimes this issue will happen. Document.write parseInt of a, parseInt of b. Okay, let me remove this one. Let me save this program, and then let me again refresh it. I will provide the a value is 54, b value is 43. Let me click on this button. See, we got the output as 97. So like this, we can write a function and then we can call the function. I will make a little bit more complex. I will create one more text box, and in the text box I should get the result. Here we are getting the result in with the help of document.write. In place of that one, I will create one more text box. Whatever the information is there in the first text box and second text box, it should perform the addition, and the result should be displayed in another text box. So what I will do, I will create another text box. So input type is equal to text, I will write, and then name is equal to, I will provide it as sum, and then id is equal to sum, and then I will close this one. Now what I will do, a function can call another function. Instead of calling directly the fun function, I will call the fun1 function. So I will define another function called fun1. Okay, now inside the fun1 function, I will call the fun function. Now instead of displaying the a plus b value, I will write it as c is equal to parseInt of a plus parseInt of b, and then I will return the c value. So first let me define the variable c. So I need to use the keyword called var. So var variable c, and then I need to return the value c, and that value will be stored in the variable called result, and then you need to display that one in the sum text box. So I need to write it as document dot get element by id, and the id name here is sum. Let me write it as sum, and then from that one I need to get the value. Then I will store the value which is there in the variable result. So if I call the fun1 function, here I will call the fun1 function, then immediately the fun1 function definition will be invoked, and the statements which are there in the fun1 function will be executed. So you have var result is equal to fun function. So the control will go to the fun function definition, and the statements which are there in the fun function will be executed. So a will get the value which is there in the first text box, b will get the value which is there in the second text box, and then you are converting them into an integer and performing the addition. That result you are storing in the variable c, and then you are writing the return c. So here the fun function will return the value c. That value will be stored in the variable called result, and that result you are assigning to the text box called sum. Okay, now what I will do, I will close this one, and let me save this one. I need to close the fun1 function, right? That I have not done. Okay, so I have done this. Let me save this program, and let me go to the browser, and let me refresh it. Now we have the three text boxes. First text box I will enter the value, second text box also I will enter the value, and let me click it. We got the output as 134. How it has happened? I have clicked on this click me button, then fun1 function has been invoked. The control will go to the fun1 function definition, and then the statements which are there in the fun1 function will be executed. You have invoked another function called fun, so the control will go to the fun function definition, and it gets the value which is there in the first text box, and it will be assigned to the variable a. What is the value you have assigned? 56. So a will get the numeric string 56, b will get the value which is 78. That is also one numeric string. Now the numeric strings, if you perform the addition, it will perform the concatenation, but I want to perform the addition. So in a I have 56, which is a numeric string. I have converted into an integer, so you will get integer 56. Similarly, b has a numeric string 78. You have converted into an integer, so you will get 78. 56 plus 78, you will get 134. That you are assigning to the variable c. So c will have the value 134. That value you are returning. So return 134. Then immediately the control will come to the result, and result will have the value 134. That result you are assigning to the text box called sum. So how you have done? Document.getElement by id. Now you may ask some question to me, sir, somewhere you are providing the semicolon, somewhere you are not providing. It is not compulsory, okay? Even if you want to eliminate, you can eliminate this semicolon. So in JavaScript, the semicolon is not compulsory, similarly as in Python. I hope you have understood how I have defined a function and then how I have called the function. If you still have any doubts related to this concept, feel free to ask me in the comment section. I will try to clear your doubts as early as possible. Thank you for watching the complete video. Have a nice day.